Okay, call the meeting to order. We should probably get it to look at us early on before we start the meeting. There's going to be setup time.
Yeah, we'll have to get there a half hour early.
Okay, so it's looking at you. Now is it looking at me?
Yes, you got it.
There we go.
Box, yeah.
So the lighting becomes something of an issue. This is not for cinematography,
No.
but it does record who's here, who's speaking. So, Lisa?
After you finish, turn the projector off by using the remote to hit standby twice. Follow the prompt on the screen. This is very important to remember. The projector bulb is very expensive.
Okay. Yeah, well, that works well.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna, I don't know how to do this. Lots of practice before we inflict this on new people.
Well, we'll just keep it simple the first couple of times.
Well, what I'm gonna do is say, is the camera following me over here?
No.
No, it did not.
You're on the panoramic view. Okay, now it came up.
I came up over here.
Yeah, yes.
So I'm gonna have to figure out, enable the presenter to follow, because I didn't turn that on.
Well, they don't walk around anyway.
Well, they don't, but the reason I just wanted to get over here, because this is where we would have the community members sitting. They'd be
Right.
able to see
Okay.
everyone's face
Right.
at the table.
Mhm.
And I think that's important. I think that it's important for people who are participating by Zoom, who are certainly council members,
Right.
ought to be visible on the display. And I do much prefer the gallery view as opposed to speaker view. But this is where the community members would sit, and they could stand to ask a question, make a point. Or we could have a seat at the end of the table for them to come to and make their statement or their question, ask their question. Okay, so learning curve is still gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, what we could do is bring an extra laptop and set it up if somebody's doing a presentation, and sharing their camera, and just leave it there for other people to look at it, 4 or 5 people. Like I said, I don't see more than 5 people coming up if you have the option of watching at home,
That could very well be true, and in fact, we had the discussions at the COC about, are we ready to resume in-person meetings? And there weren't a whole lot of people saying, yeah, I want to go get COVID together.
Well, my plan
So
for.
what we should do is just ask the community members, the people who have signed up so far, are you interested in showing up in person?
What I was thinking we'd do is the southeast and the northeast are the two that are the most settled right now as far as that goes. Idalia said she doesn't even particularly want to do in-person meetings, and the rest of the counselors don't want to either. But, I told her we got to do them a couple times a year at least, So my goal would be for April to do southeast and northeast. And then,
Well, bear in mind that goes back in about 2 weeks.
right. Okay, hi, how are you? Oh, hi, how are you doing? You actually showed up today.
Yeah,
Okay.
daytime's
Okay.
better for me than evenings.
When is your meeting gonna be? It's within 2 weeks?
No, that camera will be gone.
Okay, so you're not keeping the camera.
I'm not gonna keep the camera unless I want to risk death by Jill's.
Okay.
That was a surreptitious purchase for test purposes with the understanding of
That camera?
that one right
There's
there.
camera, we got a nice fancy camera,
Oh.
which is doing all
And
kinds of stuff for me.
it is switching back and forth pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a good piece of equipment.
It was the easy 30-day return. You don't like it, send it back.
Okay, well, here's the
Can we
thing.
just reserve it?
You have to make a case with my wife. She handles the finances.
So the Southeast meeting is
I
in
think
April.
the 22nd.
Okay, so we can't do that one. And the Northeast is the 12th, so we can't do that one either. Either we're gonna have to order a camera, we're gonna have to vote this weekend and then order a camera.
And then it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be, that's why I did this. We would not be getting anywhere trying to set up little GoPros and a microphone and Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Speakers and so forth. We would not be getting anywhere with that. This is a reasonably good
Yeah,
solution,
yeah, and it's a good
but it's
investment.
gonna take a while.
What is the
Are you
cost
logged
of
in?
that?
$1,000.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, well, it isn't, but,
To make the process move forward, to have people more engaged, give them
Yeah.
a choice of person or,
I agree, we have a limited budget, obviously, and they all have to vote on something, we don't vote for employees, so they all have to vote
maybe
on.
some of the precincts have discretionary funds they could, or police stations, maybe they have funds, a few of them could chip in, I don't know, $100 a piece.
Yeah, anything's possible. Well, we'll
Private
have to-
donors,
We'll have to do the vote on Saturday, which I won't be attending, I'll be doing something for Dr. Bailey, but, so, oh, by the way, the Saturday's meeting's gonna be yours, okay? Did I tell you that already?
Yeah.
No, okay, it's probably told you that twice.
is there a
Anyway,
meeting Saturday?
oh, wait, but this is our council
Oh.
meeting, yeah, so, okay, well, it's 11:17, we got a few more minutes till we log in. Are you on the feed now, Janet? I don't remember. Did I send this whole thing to the public, this
I
invite?
think so.
I thought it was just to council
I
members.
sent
Oh,
it,
that's right. It was only council members, right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I sent it to Southeast CPC members, of course,
Well, it's nice that you showed up.
Oh, well, thanks, well,
and I added.
I ran into Marcella at a coffee with a cop yesterday, and we were gonna both come.
Yeah,
I guess she had
she got sick, I
conflict,
guess.
she forgot about.
So a big part of this is gonna be, we've had this discussion here for on and off for an hour. How well does the audio pick up?
Right, yeah. I mean, if it doesn't, we don't really have a lot of options at this point.
It's, yeah. And at the test that I did, those two over at Cesar Chavez, you could tell you were in a big cavernous room.
Mhm.
This has probably a bit louder ventilation,
Okay.
background noise than over there, but that's because it's closer as
Mhm.
opposed to being 2 to 3 times as high.
Right,
But nonetheless, cavernous as it sounded, you could understand Ron when he stepped way back and
Okay.
talked, and you as well. So the tests that I've done in my office, where I was anywhere from 18 inches away to 10 feet, 12 feet away, very quiet surroundings, the audio was really good. The audio was pretty good in the great big room. But what we need to see is how it compares here, and then maybe I will take this over to Cesar Chavez and say, can we test it in that room we used to have CPC meetings in?
so the room we
It was
were in,
more about this size, maybe slightly bigger.
so the room we were in was not the one we were planning.
That's the one that we have been using for the past several years.
Okay,
I've got to think that it was
did you get
4
it?
years or so. And there is the presenter enhance, camera actively follows presenter, so I'm acting as the presenter now. Is it following me?
Yes.
Yes, it is, so.
That's
Ta-da! There's
That's
there's our
amazing.
map.
Yeah, it's a very nice camera.
So that's the presenter enhance. Camera actively follows presenter. Turn the panoramic back on. Turn it off. Is that Kelly?
Kelly.
So, and then there's the camera lock and zoom.
So it's just all,
Well, this is, I can actually decide who to point it at. Oh, it has to be a, so to speak,
yeah.
facilitator.
Yes.
So, and then I can do,
So if we were in a Taylor Ranch, would this connect to a video on the screen so that
You have
everybody?
not entered any numbers. Please re-enter your meeting ID, followed by.
We are trying to figure that one out. We're not sure.
we have two options. You've got an HDMI outlet,
Mhm.
so it's HDMI to HDMI.
Okay.
And you need a long cord.
Right.
So if we were presenting in this room, you'd probably want to be close to that.
Well, you'd put a podium close to the screen at Taylor Ranch to have a podium.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
you wouldn't need a gigantic cord.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's direct from
From a
Okay.
laptop
to
to
the
screen.
screen.
Well,
There's
they-
also this.
Yeah, they've got to all have, if they're gonna use the screen at Taylor Ranch, they've got to have control for the screen, right?
So it would be your laptop
Or whoever's laptop.
or whoever's.
So, okay, so we have to have a sort of a logistics plan for this.
Mhm.
What equipment,
Is available in the room
Cords.
where you're holding it.
right,
Will we bring this to the, to each site, this technical setup, or what is the plan? As far as using this for hybrid meetings?
the big thing today is to get the recordings, once they convert and upload or download to wherever, so we can assess the audio quality. We
Okay.
are doing some experiments. I'm turning off the panoramic view. I'm turning on the, I can take control of who to point the camera at.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of people in now. Good
Oh, yeah.
morning.
You know,
All
so,
right.
anyway, there is an autofocus, there's a presenter following mode, there's split screen. Doesn't seem to be doing split screen right now. So Kelly, can you keep talking and I can
Okay.
keep talking?
All right, so here we are, test number 1, hybrid meeting. Did you reset the settings so it won't move because the camera's not moving at all? Hybrid meeting, March 24th, 2022. We got Mr. Orr, we got Mr. Ragland. There goes our panoramic view on top there. Now, getting a focus on me because I'm the only one talking. Okay.
We'll turn that off and let's see if, we had the split screen earlier, now there it goes,
There
yay.
goes the split screen.
So
That's good.
And then,
Okay. Yeah,
so
what-
it's confusing, and as I told Kelly at the start of this, their instruction, their booklets are not very good.
Okay. Dave, I'm going to mute you for a minute because when you talk, it kind of messes up the camera here. So I'll mute you, then I'll bring you back.
I don't blame you.
All right. Okay. Martisa, you say something now.
Well-
After you finish, turn the projector off by using the remote to hit standby twice. Follow the
Okay,
prompt on the
Mike?
screen.
Well, I have it on,
a
I-
focus view.
I've got it on the, I take control of who talks
Okay.
or who shows. So, hi, Dave. Hi, Willie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. So can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
You able to hear Martisa okay?
Yes, I was.
That's, that's two thumbs up for this, because we've exercised quite a number of the features on this so far, and the audio in this setting seems to be pretty good. We were trying to figure out how many people might a space need to accommodate if we were to resume in-person meetings, so let's just say half of the 11, so that'd be 5 or 6 CPC members and 2 to 4 police officers, Kelly, Martisa, so what are we up to now?
Well, if we get six
Six, 10.
six
So about
CPCs,
15 people, we'd be kind of packed in here tightly in this meeting space. So I'm going to check the other meeting space at Cesar Chavez and see if it's a little bit bigger. And I think the acoustics are better than the big room that we were using previously. So one thing that I would do for each of the CPCs, we ought to visit the space where you plan to have the in-person portion of the meeting.
okay. And to answer your,
Measurements, dimensions, height, and background noise, and lighting.
and to answer your question earlier, Willie, this is my personal camera. We don't have one yet. We're gonna vote as to whether to buy one this weekend.
Okay.
Idea of me, and hopefully we'll get it sooner rather than later, and we can get a couple of hybrid meetings on next month.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the certainly the CPC meeting at Domingo de Baca has a broad, not a long table, but a wide table where people sit. So I don't know. So I think going to each site's a great idea.
Okay, yeah. This camera seems very versatile.
Yeah.
People up no matter where they talk, so I'm pretty impressed by it. It's good.
Mhm.
So, okay, well, we got that. Now it's just a matter of figuring out a couple of issues with people who want to do presentations, and also where the audience, whether the attendees are going to sit and how that's going to work, whether we have a podium with one place where they stand up and talk, or whether they actually on the table, or any of that kind of stuff. So if you have questions.
Okay. Is that all you need me for, Kelly? Can I sign off?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And we
Thank you.
upload, and I will try to cut out excerpts relevant. Here's where we were doing, turning on and off panoramic view. Here's split screen when 3 people were shown on the screen at the bottom. Here's following presenter mode and stuff like that.
All right, you should be able to come on now.
Yay.
All right, excellent, great. Okay,
Thanks.
there'll be a lot of moving parts on this, but great. And I'll talk to you soon about council chair stuff, okay? This is the new council,
Yeah.
Southwest, by the way. So.